Next up, we have the game before the gate boss theme, all phases from the Genshin Impact soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, members getting early access to the content. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's go ahead and do this. And requests are not open yet. Please keep in mind the pinned comment. Let's see. The game before the gate boss. That's quite the title. Let's go. We're 7 seconds in there. There's so much stuff going on. Okay, so we have, of course, an orchestra. We have the orchestra going on and doing its own thing. We're gonna use the usual image that we use for this one. And we are starting with, of course, a piano. I think we have a tuba and some French horns. The piano is doing what seems to be a run. Run is when you just play a lot of notes being very, very fast, right? So we're having a run, doing this little introduction, kind of setting up the dance. Then we are bringing up our initial melody. That is going to be violins, I think flutes, maybe some of the other ones, but we're having those violins and flutes being doubled. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. And then we're having the tuba with, I think, the cellos giving us some bass line. This melody contains our initial motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the CD essence from which everything else comes from. And let's see where it goes, because it was quite the melody. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and piano doubling. Oh, beautiful melody. Repeating it. Yeah, we have a bunch of the instruments. We also have, I believe, the French, either the French horns or the trombones are doing a little bit of doubling there as well, because there's a brassy sound to the melody as well. So yeah, violins, piano, flutes, maybe the French horns, maybe the trombones. I can't really tell right now, but definitely there's a tuba with the double basses doing that boom, boom, boom kind of thing. Mr. Warpig, welcome today, man. How you doing? Good to see ya. So yeah, let's see where it goes. Variations on the motif. Ah, there's the French horns. Trombones, there they are. Consider a natural habitat? I know, right? Locked in my studio for 5 hours? Yes. Oh, it's so good to do this, man. It's good to see as well. So yeah, what we're doing over here, we're starting to do more simplified versions of the motif. We are repeating things, and of course, we are bringing this. And requests are not open yet. Oh my God, that's 3 people. So we have the stars. We have the Delta. All right, congratulations on joining the naughty list today. So we're having the motif. We are basically just repeating the same motif. We're doing some slight variations of it every once in a while. Like we're adding a couple of extra notes in between some of the notes, but the overall idea of the melody is still the same. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, right now it's mainly the trombones that are doing the main variation. They're doing a counter melody, I would say, giving us, it's kind of like a bass counter melody kind of thing. Let's see where this goes. Somebody today, a lot today, yeah. Welcome today, how you doing? All right, transitionary. Switching over to now not an elongated version, but a more developed version of the intro. Using it more as a transition than anything else. Let's see where this goes. Okay, new version of the motif. This time we are doing a little bit of a rhythmic variation of this. So the first time, ba 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 ba, that we're having that version. Now we're having bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. We're just changing the rhythm of the actual music that is playing. This is really good stuff. Let's see where this goes. A little bit of counterpoint there from the violins. Heroes of the Stars, do not post just yet. Do not do that just yet. Requests are not open yet. That is second. That's the second time. Don't make me tell you again. Requests are not open yet. All right. So now we're doing a slower version. Let me hear a bit more. Violins doing runs up and down. Oh, they hit. Ooh, okay, so now we are engaging a couple of things, right? So first thing, we are doing a new variation. We're having the piano doing another rhythmic variation of the motif, but now we're doing two things. One is a call and response, when we're having the piano doing the call, and now we're having the rest of the ensemble doing the response, and the response is an inversion of the call. Now, inversion is a way that you can develop your material in which you flip something upside down. So let's say we are having something like that, and if you do the inversion, something like that. Imagine I can play music, right? Imagine I can play the piano. So, love call and responses. Call and responses are so much fun. And in this case, we are doing an inversion. So one of them is going downwards, the other one is going upwards, giving us this really cool dynamic between the two. Let's see where it goes. And Dubious, welcome to the. Oh, there's a chime now. Oh yeah, the violins are adding a lot to this, while the rest of the ensemble is still developing this motif. We had a little bit of canonic imitation over there, where basically the call and response are the same melody. It seems like we have the part of the piano and violins, and then we have trombones and tubas and cellos, having like almost dividing the ensemble down the line. Over here, we're having the violins and the piano, the left side of the orchestra, and then the trombones and cellos, the right side of the orchestra, and they're going back and forth between the two. And then we are having the violins doing some really cool arpeggios for the chords, right? An arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time. Here's, for example, C minor. Here is an arpeggio. Like it's just one note at a time. We're having that happen to add a little bit of extra drama, a little bit of extra spice, while everything else is doing. This is a very welcoming channel. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see where this goes. There we go. Piano doing an inverted variation. Runs, and back to the original motif. Ooh. And now this version has a call and response built in, with the piano being part of both the call and the response, but you can tell which one is which. One of them is the piano playing along with the melody, with the call, and then the response is the piano going with the chords upwards, kind of going against itself. This is really cool. Let's see where it goes. Changing through the chords. Very cool march. That call and response. Alright, new version. We're having the piano just going back up and down. Violins doing runs. Flutes coming in as well. So now we are taking an interesting part of the motif. We're chopping the motif, and we're changing the order at which it is happening. We're taking some of the ideas and doing a new version of it. So the original motif is going this way, right? is going downwards. And what we're doing right now is we are having some of these, we're having going down, and instead of going still down, we're just having this repeat again, just higher and higher and higher, giving us a little bit of sequencing with that initial motif. Sequencing being another way that you can develop your material, in which you take a melodic idea and you repeat it from a different starting point. So, for example, let's say you have this, right? You can repeat it from a different starting point. And you can really just make all sorts of things. I try to make it a little bit similar to what is going on in the piece. Let's see where this goes. Violins. Oh, and it just cuts off over here. Chances are that in the game it probably just loops. And now we're going to go to phase 2. Let's see what phase 2 has to offer. Okay, so now we are engaging in a variation. In classical music, we would call these movements. We had movement 1, which was the first one. Now we're having movement number 2, which is going to be a retelling of the music. In this case, it is pretty much just entirely a retelling, a variation, a full-on variation of the first theme. We had a very similar intro to the first motif. This time is slower, so that's why I think it's movement number 2. Because in classical music, first movement is introduction to the theme, to the material. Second movement is usually slower or even a march. Third movement is the grand finale kind of thing. So it seems like this one we have a 2-movement kind of thing. So first movement was the original version. This one is going to be a little bit slower. In this one, we're also introducing some solo vocalists. We have a male and a female singing the melody along with the ensemble. Let's see where this goes. Doing that same melody from the outro. So yeah, you can hear that this is slower than the original, but it is very much almost one-to-one the same. It's the same motif altogether, which is pretty rare to see in a second movement. Usually the second movement is gonna be something completely different sounding, even though it's the same motif. It's gonna be a complete variation of that first motif. In this case, it is not. For example, in Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, this is the original motif. Then, I think it's either the second or third, the next motif. Yes, that's unironically the motif in the other one, right? So it's a similar enough motif, but it's that, or for example, in the Moonlight Sonata, right? The motif. There's that, and then the motif in the other one is when you just have the arpeggios, right? I can't do it with this keyboard with such a short distance between the screen. But yeah, it's just doing the arpeggios, right? Which is still the same overall thing, it's just that the motif is presented differently. In this case, we're presenting basically the same motif, just with a different ensemble. So this second movement doesn't quite follow the same format as you would in classical music, but it doesn't need to. We're just retelling, and I mean, we have the visual here of the king and queen, so we have the 2 vocalists. Let's see where this goes. There we go, variation with the inversion. Oh, really cool sequencing there. And as you can hear, so yeah, this is a proper second movement at the end of the day. It's just that the intro was very, very similar. So now we are having a lot more percussion. We're bringing in a lot more percussion into this. We have more drums in this. We have a lot of chimes going on, doing their things, while we are having the 2 vocalists doing what the strings, flutes, piano were doing in the previous movement. Let's see where this goes. Counterpoint between the 2 vocals. Violins doubling the woman. Flute coming in. Okay, so it seems like we still have that divide between one side of the ensemble and one side and the other side of the ensemble, at least melodically speaking, and now it's a little bit more pronounced. We have the left side of the ensemble, you know, the violins, the flutes, maybe some of the French horns doubling the female singing. And then the right side of the ensemble, the violas, the cellos, the trombones, doubling the male vocalist. Pizzicato, I did not hear pizzicato. Let's hear a bit more. I might have missed it. It sounds... No, it's not pizzicato. It's just staccato. So yeah, over here it's staccato that we're getting. So right now, of course, we're getting the bass doing a variation of that motif with some staccato. Staccato is a form of articulation. Articulation is variations on which how you play the different notes that you have. Staccato is when you play music in short bursts. Right, so it's short bursts of music. Like very, very short, not quite strong, not quite pointed. It's just the idea of short bursts. And we're having that in the bass while we're having the rest. Mystic Guy, welcome today. Let's see where this goes. Sequencing is call and response. Counterpoint between the two. Really cool. Xylophone coming in as well. Oh! The trombones are muted. Oh, so that's why the trombones are sounding so weird. Okay, so as you can see, the different brass instruments, they have a bell, right? So if you look at a trombone, the trombone has this... No, I don't want to look at products. I want to look at images, please. You can see how the trombone has a bell at the end where the sound comes from. And you can apply what is called a mute. A muted trombone means that you're gonna put something like this over here, and the point of it is to muffle the sound and make it sound a little bit different. Do you like retro game music? Yeah, I've liked what we've covered so far. So yeah, we're having a trombone. By the way, the term for this would be con sordino. Sordino means mute. Con means with. So we are having the trombones. It gives it this between trumpet and trombone sound that we're getting. So every once in a while the trombone is getting muted and having this. The opposite of con sordino is sanza sordino. Sordino. So yeah, that's what's happening over here. We're having a muted trombone. I think it's the trombones that are muted. Could be the tuba as well that is being muted. And as you can see, there's many different variations of mutes that you can have. So yeah, it depends on what the composer asks. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, because that's not quite just the trumpets there. Continuing with the melodies. So yeah, here you can see the actual motif of the second movement. It's the what used to be the call and response in the first movement that was going original and inversion. Now we're having this with an extra variation at the end. This is really cool. Canonic imitation with the brass. Oh, canonic imitation between the two. And sequencing. Very nice. Pipe organ joining in. Let's see. Very, like, fair, as in like a state fair kind of thing. Very celebratory music over here. Not quite fitting the subject of King and Queen, but this, I think for this case, is a type of scoring that is known as dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is when the music does not quite fit the scene that is being put on top, and that disconnect makes it even more powerful. There is, I think, one of the best dramatic irony scenes that exists is in the Lord of the Rings Return of the King, when you have Theoden doing his suicide charge. There's, they are in, I think it was Minas Tirith. Not Minas Tirith, no, Gondor. I think it was Gondor. And the king has gone mad, and he tells Theoden to go fight the orcs where they are, and go recapture the river town that the orcs captured. But he doesn't give him a strong enough army. He just orders them to go die. And while that is happening, they order either Merry or Pippin, I always forget which one it is, to sing. Like, he asks the Hobbit to just sing to him while he eats. And the Hobbit just starts singing this very sad, very, very painful song. Very, 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 very sad. And that singing is juxtaposed to the riders charging to their deaths. And usually when you have an action scene, you will have like this bombastic, glorious, the horns, the brass, you're having this epic, incredible music. But in the case of this Lord of the Rings scene, you have this very small hobbit singing a very lonely melody, and it's super sad, and it's the emotion behind the charge that has you, because now you understand the context of it, and it makes the whole charge just sound just that much more grueling to watch. And that is something that the most glorious charging music wouldn't be able to do, engaging in some dramatic irony. So I think right now, in this case, we would be seeing some dramatic irony for the Osgiliath fight scene. It's not much of a fight. It's not much of a fight, because it's just the charge when Theoden is ordered to go back. I think is it Osgiliath? I don't remember the names of the towns. When, it's Return to the King. We have the king. It's more of a slaughter off screen. Yeah, you don't see it. But it's the charge itself. That music in the charge that has dramatic irony. And right now we're seeing that more on the reverse over here. Like this happy, festive almost music carries a sinister tone to it, because it's a boss fight. Like, there's something wrong. There's some disconnect over here, and that disconnect pronounces this that much more. Let's see where this goes. Yes, exactly. Call and response again. The xylophone. New version of the melody. Like, now we're going for a more glorious version of the melody, and it's just Neptune, yes it is, and it's just weird, right? Like, it's just like, this is a boss fight, and we're having this super uplifting music for the bosses. So that disconnect, I think, is gonna, like, I haven't played this one, so chances are the disconnect is gonna be that much more pronounced in the game. As it goes. Now doubled by the trumpets. New version. Doubled by the violins. Oh, and now we're having both the male and female singing together. Interesting bit over here. Let's see where this goes. We have some arpeggios from the ensemble. Staccatos. Inverted versions of the original motif. Really cool. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, we're now doing a variation of what we just heard, which is a reduced version of an inversion of the original motif. It's still the same musical idea. Like, I really like how the melody is being developed over here. Let's just see where this goes. Hitting those high notes. How are you gonna end this? Or is this just gonna get faded away? There you go, we've heard this before. How are you gonna end this? And we go for one of the most cliche types of endings. Like, this is such a by-the-books, like, jolly, celebratory, madhouse kind of music. And I think the purpose of this is dramatic irony. Like, I'm pretty sure there's something in the story that reflects this as madness, and I love it. I love it. Like, you made this for a boss fight. And that was awesome. So yeah, there you have it. That was the game before the gate boss theme, all phases from the Genshin Impact soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the streams going live, videos going up in the channels, updates, projects, everything gets announced first. That's also where we have the community, where we hang out, we chat, we steal memes from other people's servers, claim them as our own, and where I host the Vintage Story game server. It used to be a Minecraft mod, now it's its own standalone game. I like it better, that's why I host the game. Linked in the description, join the Discord today and become a member of the community. Also share these videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Linked in the description. Another reason to join the Discord. Look at that. Artists, musicians, or otherwise on YouTube or elsewhere. This is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects for collaboration, reach out, let me know, whether it's my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, the little ooh, ooh, ooh kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's work together, let's collaborate, let's make stuff, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that you would like to see me collaborate with, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. That's around up to 1 week in advance, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you are on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting your songs. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So if you live in Los Narvaez and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, another reason to join the Discord, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are bastards. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live during main channels after show. And the recordings go here, linked in the description, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just want the J for a G, and you got it. And, yeah. There you have it. The game before the gate boss theme, all phases, Genshin Impact. Really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But, yeah, let's move on.